All right, so I have a really good friend with me. You've been on episode 146, which, by the way, we probably recorded over 1,000 now, but just listen. And then you were on a ground marketing, Monday morning marketing episode a while back. Dr. Kapil Kella. How's it going, man?
It's going well. That is crazy when you said those numbers. It's awesome for you that, you're over 1,000 shows.
No, what's more exciting is you got a lot going on. You're making it happen. Talk to me real quick. Your practice name, for those who don't know, what's the title of it?
It's Lakeshore Dental Studio. And yeah, as Michael said, it's been a few years since we got an episode and a lot's changed. At that time, I was at the early stages of my startup. So we're now over 7 years it's been open. In that time, I now have two little boys, almost 5, almost 2. So we've grown really well and just a different kind of like phase of my life, and it's a phase of practice life. So we're doing well.
Nice. I got you on the ground marketing series for a reason, right? Talk to me about the marketing you were doing at the beginning, right when your startup was happening.
Yeah, I still think about these days. It's so far ago, but also not so far ago. Like it still seems like yesterday, I was talking to you, taking your content and like figuring out like, hey, where we're going to go around market, right? When you first open, when you're trying to gain that like local community feel, having that personal touch is great. And, one of our more successful ones was going to gyms. And we found that to be one of our better successful ones. Like we had like LA Fitnesses. Part of it is like whoever you had a relationship with. That made a difference, how welcome they were. And yeah, some of our best ones was going to LA Fitness, setting up a booth, having a special promotion, and talking to people, right? And, we'd find out what the busy times are, when there's more traffic, when's a good time to talk to people. What we found was evenings were sometimes better than mornings. Because mornings, people are trying to get to the gym and get out of there, right?
Yeah.
But all these things are coming back to me right now as it's, as I'm like remembering it. Because one thing with the mornings was, everyone's trying to get to work. So they didn't really have time to stop. But then there'd be a different set of people came in for like the retired people. Like as we're about to leave, we stay a little bit. Wouldn't be as much flow, but sometimes they'd be the better people to like talk to because they just want to talk. And if they're older, they usually have, hey, I have this denture. Hey, I have this tooth getting broken. I think I need an implant. They have more things they needed. So it was like a little mix of dynamics there.
Nice, man. So fitness facilities and gyms is something like you guys were doing often, or was it more just like a once in a thing and then that's it? Or was it strategic? How did that work?
It was a little strategic. You didn't want to go like every week and see the same people, right?
Yeah.
So there's a couple of them that we went to maybe every 3-6 months. Initially, during those first couple of years, we had a relationship with them. Like they would have community appreciation days and they'd reach out to us. Hey, do you guys want to come this month or community appreciation months? And then we go and they'd advertise it. Hey, we got a special promotion here for coming to LA Fitness. Lakeshore Dental Studios here. They're going to be giving away, free goodies for you. Stop by their booths and special promotions. And so it worked well. Like I said, the relationships you make with the facilities and like the managers kind of what makes it. Like you can have maybe a bigger outfit, but if you don't have a relationship with whoever's handling over there, it doesn't work as well, right?
Yeah.
So that's about how we structure them usually.
What was the promotion you guys would give like at these events? Were they different at every single event or different LA Fitnesses, or it was all the same, kind of like a free whitening or something?
We try to keep it simple and not too complex. So it's just for us easy to track, right? And easy to set up because we wanted to make it where each time is just, we grab the same stuff, we grab the same pre-made material that we have, the same like sign up sheets, right? We want to make it systemized in that way. And usually our special promotion was free whitening, usually for insurance patients is what we did. And then if you're not an insurance patient, we gave them like a discounted special, $79 or something for a checkup cleaning. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And so when they would come in, you asked them like, do you have insurance or not? When they would pick up the freebies, or how did you figure that out?
I guess if you want it just made sense. Usually they'd tell us, and like the ones with insurance are like, yeah, I don't really need this, $79 special. I'll do that. And then the patients who didn't have insurance would mostly tell us like, oh, I want to do the $79 special because that's much cheaper than paying regular price. It should be like $300 or $400.
Gotcha. Okay. And at these events, I mean, I know I speak about it in the course, but like you tell me, is it more effective or just as effective if you were there as opposed to not having the doctor there?
There's a few that I didn't go to. It's definitely more effective when I went, right? Which obviously we like to delegate, but there's some things especially early on, I think showing your face, it makes a difference. If you're the new office or you're trying to get your community to know who you are, having a doctor there is super helpful. And you're trying to connect with them. They'll see you later, maybe down the street somewhere else. I think it just helps. I think the only exception is if you find that perfect personality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like now I had this great manager that we did something recently and she was awesome. Like she went with my hygienist and my hygienist is like, man, my manager is Michelle. She's like, Michelle, I just stood there and just was in awe of like how great Michelle is with people.
Yeah.
You either have to have that unicorn or you got to do it, I think.
Yeah. To you, then, if you can give me qualities and principles of like the perfect personality
Perfect personality.
for ground
For
marketing.
this, you have to be outgoing. You're at a booth or you got to be able to not feel like awkward, just, kind of flagging someone down. You know how it is when you're walking by someone and someone just trying to get your attention and you're like pretending not to hear them.
Yeah.
But, I feel terrible, but I'm like, I need to get home. Like, I know what happens if you get suckered into the conversation, right? So everyone who's walking by, a lot of them are feeling the same, but, you can't feel bad. You're just going to keep being able to talk. And, hey, how are you doing? Hey, I want to stop by. Like that outgoing personality, because 20 people might walk by. You just want to get one or two. Like, that's why you want to go at busy times, right? Because it's like a numbers game at busy places like this, right? You want to be outgoing, not feeling rejection, and just like really personable. You want someone who can just talk, just hang out with someone, easily bring up a conversation and some energy. Someone pretty energetic,
Yeah.
try to connect with them, talk with them. It's essentially like someone who could probably like sell you like a piece of paper, someone like that. If you had someone like that in your office that can just talk it up with anyone or could sell you anything anywhere, they'd be great at something like this.
The event you just went to, what was it?
So we didn't go somewhere. We did an event in our community. Now we've like matured. We don't do as much ground marketing. We have a healthy patient flow. Again, myself, time-wise, I don't have as much time to do like going to the gyms. I got to go back. I have my own workout when I get back home to my two little boys. But something that I feel like that's happening now more recently, like all this marketing is great, but I think authenticity is really even more important now with AI and everything coming out. I think I saw maybe you even having a post or talking about that. And like, I agreed with it. Now everything is so digital and what's real and what's not real. I have a feeling like ground marketing and some of these authenticity parts of marketing will make a comeback. So, and I've been meaning to do this for years. We did like a special of where we went to every local business, a lot of small businesses around us, and we did an Invisalign special. And we had my manager go, but we did like a heavy discount. You probably will be like shocked at the price we were going to give it to the owners. $1,500. Essentially losing money, or if you get really high levels, that's about at cost. And I know a lot of people listening to this, how could you do an Invisalign case $1,500 and the reasoning behind it? And my thought was, hey, let's get our word out to the businesses. It's been a while since we went out, and let's give them an offer that's so good that they have to really consider it. Because if the business owner does it, he just made a connection to the small business. And something like Invisalign, that is a more higher ticket item. So the owners are probably a good chance of being able to afford that, or they might have some other needs also. Or in their circles of friends, if they get the Invisalign, they have a good experience, their circle of friends referral. And at worst, it's just a great way to get word of mouth and connecting with local businesses. We haven't went door to door since I opened, right? And businesses change, owners change, community changes. It's just also a reminder, hey, we're here. We're here to serve the community.
Yeah, no, that's really good. We'll dive deeper into that right now in a little bit. But yeah, you're right. You'll notice that ground marketing is always kind of people to people interaction, right? So like after COVID, it made a huge spike back up, right? Like everybody was craving that person to person interaction. And then now AI, right? It's going to start spiking back up again because people are authenticity, right? Like you mentioned. But if we rewind a little bit, you started out, why ground marketing? I know you were doing other stuff too, right? Like social media and things like that. Or why did you decide to do that?
When it comes to marketing, it's good to hit like multiple buckets, right? Yeah, we were doing social media, Google ads. When I started that 7 years ago, still, I don't think it's as abundant, but we're doing like the flyers, at homes. You still see them. At that time, a lot of people are doing them. Now it's not as much. And then second, the community I'm in, it's in Chicago, but it's like one of the neighborhoods that's very small business driven, very community focused. So getting your name out and word out makes a difference. So ground marketing seemed like it'd be a great thing to do in my area because people go because they know you.
Yeah.
So definitely a bunch of dental offices by me, but seeing me face to face, being able to talk to me face to face, being able to talk to my team face to face, seeing us at events around the town, like seems like, oh, this office cares, right? Like, who's this new office? Oh, they're at this event, they're at this health fair, they're at this charity thing, right? Like,
Hmm.
they care about the community. Okay, yeah, we're gonna give them a shot. They seem like modern, new, nice. So it was a great way to get our name out, get our face out. And then it like connects with maybe the other forms that you have out there. They're like, oh, I've seen some of your reviews. They seem pretty good. And now I met you, puts it all together. Especially like, hey, if you're struggling, you're buying a new practice, you're starting your practice, or maybe some of your avenues aren't working. You don't know what's the one that will be like the biggest hit. It might end up being ground marketing just does so well for you. Ground marketing did good for us. I'm not going to say it was this a crazy thing, but I think it was a good factor in helping all the other avenues together to get
Yeah.
all our new patients.
Definitely. Yeah. It's one of the buckets. What's one ground marketing move you made that worked only because you understood your community on a deep personal level, as opposed to if you were just in the practice the whole time, you wouldn't have understood it?
That is a really good question. I think one of the events we did early on is there's like some street festivals in our area. And there's one on my street in my neighborhood that's once a year, a really big one. And if I was just in my practice and not like talking to people or getting out, I would have thought, it's too much to do. It's expensive. That's a lot there. When I was at a different ground marketing event, another business there that just opened a couple of years earlier, I was talking to the owner there. He's trying to help out, like as a new business, what you can do. He's like, you should do the festival. It's kind of like a rite of passage here for a new business.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of expected. Get your name out, help support the festival, see people. It was great, very expensive, but it's kind of worth it. Like we did it. We got our name out. It was cool to do. It was exhausting, but I'm glad we did it. We didn't do it like afterwards. But if I hadn't went to other festivals, got a good feel of sense like, hey, what works here, what you should be doing, what helps build within the community, I probably would not have done that event. And yes, at that time was a little expensive, but it's like nothing if you think about it over the years, right? That one event.
Hmm.
I'm glad I did that. And even if sometimes people ask like, oh, did you ever do that? I'm like, yeah, I did that. Now it's kids. I don't have time to do that. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, oh, you did that? You're accepted.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. So then looking back, what's one of the biggest mindset shifts you had to make as a dentist to succeed with marketing? Like, how did that ripple through your practice culture?
I think with ground marketing, our ripple through was the connection. We're not just so and so office in wherever, like we're part of this community. I felt
Hmm.
like doing the ground marketing events made me and my team feel like more part of it. We'd always say, let's support our area. Even things like, hey, if we're ordering out lunch, we're gonna do it all the time, but can we do something local? Let's not do Chipotle. Let's support that local business, right? I know you guys want Chipotle, but next week,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. So I think it just helped the team connect to the community, knowing that we went out and we're supporting it. And so we want to support each other. And then when you have other patients come in who have businesses, like it just made everything more supportive of each other.
I like that, man. Like a more of a community feel. So then,
Yeah.
if someone listening could only execute one ground marketing strategy or action tomorrow, what would you recommend? What's the most profitable or relationship building move that they should make?
It depends. I like gyms. I like the clientele there. Kind of matches healthcare. People care about themselves, care about how they look, want to take care of themselves. We did two. There's one small gym close to us that was more small groups that we started with that we liked. I had a personal relationship with the owner. He's the one who recommended doing the festival, right? He took
Mm,
kind of like under his wing a little bit of, we got lunch one day and talked to me about the local area. And then at the LA Fitness, they had a great community person there who'd always reach out to us. If you don't have someone on your side at that business, who's like invested and wants you to come do it, just to do it at a gym might not be worth it, if you don't get the
mm,
support there. If you have any personal connections with the businesses around you, that's somewhere we're going to start too. Someone who wants to work with you. I remember trying to do a ground marketing thing that didn't really work well. There's this local coffee shop, seemed like a great place to go to. I got this idea from someone and I tried to go to them and emailed them and said, for anyone who walks in that morning, the first, 10 customers, free cup of coffee, I'll make sure to answer you. I'm going to give like $50 to you guys. All you have to do is like give them a little bag with their stuff. And if you can post us on like Instagram, right? They're like, oh, we can't do that. I was like, oh, okay. I'm only asking you very little. but I didn't really have a connection. They didn't have a relationship with me. So sometimes you'll try some ground marketing things that sound great, but it has to go both ways a lot of times with other businesses. So work your relationships first that you can build.
100%. I like that, man. So then, were you doing ground marketing like this before the course, or what made you take the course originally?
When I took the course originally, I think it just stuck with me. I knew when I opened my office, one of the things that a lot of people said was it might be in the city, but there's a very community feel about it. So in my head, I'm like, what do I do? Like, I really want to be part of the community. And I think we maybe did like a house fair or something right away, but we didn't really know what we were doing. And then I think maybe just circumstance, I came across your website or podcast. I forgot, at this point, like how initially. And then when I saw, I'm like, oh, this is like perfect. This is exactly what I need. I need a little roadmap to help me here. I need guidance on this, someone with experience with some scripting, with what to take, what to get, how to contact people instead of spending like hours or time not doing it the right way, right? You want to be efficient. Hey, if someone else has a proven system out there that can save me and it's more like plug and play, essentially, hey, here's a system, follow the videos, follow the workflow. This should work. Let's do that. I knew my community would be really receptive to ground marketing, and I just had to figure out how to. And then that's how your stuff came to be.
Nice, man. Awesome. So if someone was thinking about joining but hesitating, what would you tell them?
I would say definitely do it. It can't hurt you, right? That's the first thing. So why is the hesitation? This is another marketing bucket to work with, and it probably will help with your others. It could also be really good in your area, right? And you don't know what marketing is going to work in your area. You might have an idea, but it's good to try many different things and see what actually works. And a lot of times just one helps another. Like sometimes people say like, I get so many people from Google. I don't get anyone from Facebook. But the thing is, you might get people from Facebook who saw you on Facebook, but then on their forms or on their whatever your marketing trackers say, they came from Google. And it could be ground marketing too. Like, oh, this person on their form said they came from insurance. Well, that's because they saw you at an event, but then they just checked their insurance to see if you're a network. And once they do that, it was like, they're for sure coming, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard always to track exactly where all your patients are coming from. So it's good to do multiple things in marketing to try to acquire patients.
Nice, man. Awesome. I appreciate that. So then the next 5 years, let's just say, where do you see yourself? What's happening? What's the practice like? What's your home life like?
Practice life is good. We're busy. We have 5 ops. I got an associate, pretty happy there. Home life, busy with the 2 kids. And the crazy thing is, I somehow want to be more busy. I'm actually been working on something with a partner, and the listeners here have a first look at what we're building. It's called Kaila. It's a AI-powered dental note software that listens to your patient conversation and generates AI soap notes, any financial notes, really any discussion in your office automatically. It's here to like help you spend more time with your patients and get your home sooner, right? There's other ones out there, like other note systems, but what makes us different? We're building Kaila exclusively for open dental users. That's because we don't want to be some generic plugin for every system. We want to go super deep in it so it integrates seamlessly with your auto note templates, which we all love, reduces any friction of integration, and makes adoption easier. The thing is, we're super early. Michael gave me this little opening here, so I want to plug it. But if you're an open dental practice, want to help shape the tool with us, you can come on as like an early member, and we want to build it with our community. Like, what do practicing dentists actually want? We're not this big corporate outfit or anything like that. I want to build this together. So if you want to be one of these early users with us, then come join us at hellokaila.com. Join early, shape it with us. Yeah, I got my hands full. I guess like 2 kids, practice was just too much free time,
Too much free time. I know. Yeah, then so it's diving deeper. You're diving more vertical into this with the notes with open dental users.
That's the thing. There's a lot of these ones out there and they're really good. I am an open dental user and I want something that works so easily with it because, hey man, I'm a dental owner. I know how hard, no matter what it is, to bring into your team something new and change. Yeah. So I want something that's really adoptable easily and really doesn't change how you do things and really works with what you like, what you have. There's been other companies that follow this, like if any of you use Flex or any of you use Verific, they did that with Open Dental. It worked really well. So, hey, I don't think I'm the smartest person around. I see what other people do that work well. Let's do it that way. So we're trying to follow those kind of blueprints and really work well with Open Dental and Open Dental users.
Nice, man. Awesome. I'm excited for that. So you're doing all that children, practice, personal life, right? Obviously, that's involved. You're doing AI. Your practice is running pretty smoothly, right? Your
Yeah.
associateship and everything. How many team members do you have?
About 9 or 10. As smoothly as any practice owner can say smoothly, right?
Yeah.
So we're in a stable place.
And then you were also telling me before we jumped on, we can shout out our friends, right? Like Richard.
Yes, Richard Lowe. I said I have all this going on. And then Richard started a group, Next Level Fathers. And a lot of us in Dennis have a lot going on, not staying in their best health anymore, overwhelmed with stress, don't have a community, you don't have someone to relate to. And it can be tough. And I saw him open this community to like help you stay accountable to each other on your diet, on what you're eating, on what you're working out, but also like a community to talk to each other about what's going on in your life, like working on mental mindset stuff, like journaling, for example, getting deeper into spirituality or religion, all these little components. So it kind of clicked with me like, hey, I want to be a better dad. I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better leader. And this, I want to be healthier for my kids. For years, I've said like, hey, I'm going to lose a few pounds. And every year I say that. And when you're busy like this, it's hard to like keep yourself accountable. And I joined the Rich's group, and I'll tell you, we keep each other accountable. The transformation we've seen with some of the other guys on there has been amazing. And for myself, I'm super happy of, from where I'm in January to about now. I've lost 15 pounds. And my wife sent a picture of me last year to this year when we were at the beach.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. Like you don't really notice it too much. I'm like, oh man, I did have some pounds to lose. Maybe more than I thought. I thought I only needed 5. Maybe I did need the whole thing. So it's great what Richard's doing. Want to give a shout out to him. Look him up. Find him. If any of those things hit home with you, definitely reach out to him.
Awesome, man. Richard's doing amazing things there. So we're super happy to hear that. And at the same time, Kapil, we're super happy to hear that ground marketing has taken off for you. But at the same time, you're at a space right now where you're able to take a breather. You're able to pick the events you want to do the tactics you want to do and everything like that. And we're happy that the ground marketing course really worked out for a while for you. So we're really, really appreciative of that, man. And we're also excited to bring you on again in the future here coming up.
I would love to come on when we're a bit like further in the process, Kaila. Like I said, we're early, and then I'll do like a deeper dive for everyone. So get a sneak peek, go to hellokaila.com. And Michael, thank you so much for having me. Any wisdom I can give to anyone else or suggestions or recommendations is just passing the torch from other people who've helped me, right? So I can help anyone here, that's made my day. And if you ever want to reach out to me directly, reach out to me at Dr. Kella at lakeshoredentalstudio.com. Send me an email. I'll be happy to help out anyone.
Nice. Awesome. So that's going to be in the show notes below. And Kapil, thank you so much for being with us. It's been a pleasure, and we'll hear from you soon.
Thank you, Michael.